Welcome back to my channel, Aquarius. This is your July 2021 general reading. To both my new subscribers and my current subscribers, you're always appreciated. Much love and thank you to all those that follow. Your support really encourages me to keep on top of things and keep putting out the videos. And it lets me know that you appreciate my content. So please hit the like and subscribe button if you're interested in following along. And it also serves as I say, a quick reminder for me as well, just to get things going. But again, reminder, this is a general reading speaking to the collective, so only take what registers for you. I will be using both Oracle and Tarot. I do pre-pull the tarot, or sorry, I pre-pull the oracles to cut down on some of the time, but I will pull the tarot and shuffle the tarot on camera to balance things out, because I know some of my subscribers have mentioned they prefer to see the shuffle. So I know some prefer the cards, as I said, to be laid out, but because I am en route at this moment, I'll just be pulling them forward in camera view here. So just to give you a rough idea, hopefully that comes through clear enough. But anyway, as I said, I pre-pulled the oracles, and then I'll go through the tarot and I'll shuffle those out. I might stop the camera, put that more so onto the ground level, so it just makes a little more sense as well. Also, I do find, just as a quick note, I find a lot of Aquarius signs right now seem to be going through very similar changes that Libra is also going through, and it seems to be kind of parallel for the month of July. So if you are also someone who is a Libra, this may resonate for you on some level here as well. But excuse me, but as I said, there just seems to be a lot of focus on you transitioning this month. There's a real transformation in both Aquarius as well as for Libra. But anyway, just in short here, I just want to quickly mention the energy oracle cards that I'm using are by Sandra Ann Taylor. So that would be these cards here. Again, hopefully you can see that. But the ones that I pulled here, I've just pulled a few. We've got the fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. Sorry, I'm not sure how well you can see that on camera. And then we've got the world. And we've also got envy. We've got rest and rejuvenation. We've got appreciation. And we've got caring connections. And we've also got the temple path. So I will go through them in a little more detail, but I mean, in short, it does look as though you do have some bit of a transition going through this month in terms of, it looks like there's a feeling of lack, as though there is some sense of maybe low self-esteem, or you're just feeling like you're not enough. As I say, with the envy card, this could be you or another person here that's around you, but maybe there's a sense of that lack in your connections. Caring connections also comes through, but because you have the temple path, I mean, just at a quick glance here, it just feels as though there is a chance for you to expand for sure on some level. You've got the world card. There's a lot of social networking and that kind of thing that comes through with it, but it's also a karmic connection when you pair that with the caring connection. So I feel that there is some kind of a karmic connection here that is related to this month, where you might be feeling there's a sense of lack. I do feel that you feel underappreciated, or someone else feels underappreciated. And again, there's a sense of, you needing to pull back as well with that rest and rejuvenation card. So just as I said, it seems as though for this month you're in preparation for some kind of a unique energy shift that you're rising to for the month of July. I do feel that there's also going to be a focus on reorganizing, prioritizing, downsizing, all of that. Anything about catching up on projects or paperwork, or just tidying up whatever your general space is around you. Because I feel when you go through this transition, whether you're in it right now or you have been going through these downloads, it does feel as though there's going to be, once you reach the culmination of that insight, things will really start moving, several steps ahead. But for the most part, it feels like a lot of this is going to be happening for most of you in the period of July. Again, just, be aware that time frames are going to differ for some of you. It's a general reading. You're all at different stages along the way here. So some of you, it might extend a little further into August, that kind of thing. But overall, as I say, I feel like there's a real focus on reorganizing, prioritizing, downsizing, catching up on things, and really just opening up the general space around you to allow for more of this new energy that's coming in, both externally as well as internally for you. So it all seems to be, as I said, in preparation for this unique energy shift that you're going through, that you're rising to in the month of July. So energy shifts generally contain powerful, transformative energies that allow you to think, 2 steps ahead. I'm just using this as an example, see things, broader, have a greater understanding to things that, you might not otherwise have had in the past. And that comes with all of those lessons that you've learned along the way. But you're not having to go through those labor intensive lessons now or that long drawn out study, because you've already gone through that, over the course of years. And now it's sort of reached a culmination of wisdom. So it is involving you, reaching an understanding, which now will start to manifest in ways of synchronicities and an awareness of symbols and an awareness of coincidences, and just overall having a better understanding of what to look for, because you've already put in the work in the years prior. So again, it's almost as though like you are leveling up here. So in leveling up, it also requires new teachers, new energy, and that new energy comes into you, through nighttime processes, that kind of thing, dream states, many different ways, but it's, all along different energy grids, but it's being transferred to ascend you to the new lessons, or the new way, or the new area, the new places that you'll have to see yourself and challenge. So again, these teachers have a level of knowledge that needs to be infused with yours, somehow intermingled. And in doing so, that means that the old sources of reserve energy, those are outdated, they're outmoded. So they really have to be pulled back. And in doing that pullback of energy, it will likely make you feel a little bit displaced in some way, a little low key, a little unsure of yourself. You might be a little foggy headed, confused, unsure of who you are in going forward, but it's really just a part of the process. So just go with the flow, because you need to really conserve your energy for the next battles, or the next challenges, the next obstacles, and that'll be part of the new course that is required of you to challenge. So you don't have to waste all your time and energy on draining yourself on things that you've already achieved, this level of understanding and resolve around, because you're now going to be moving into a place where you are, you don't have to directly pummel through, you're going to be able to steer around the obstacles, or come to a sense of understanding where it doesn't impact you in the same dramatic way that you might otherwise have had a reaction to. So my understanding is that, as you move into these new energy cycles, that you feel more drained, and again, some of you might be feeling a little bit more down or confused or stressful, maybe more aches, pains, memory issues, but there's a heightened sensitivity and awareness that comes with it as well. But you have to understand this is just a period of, you not feeling like yourself overall, and is maybe the best way of putting it, but it's all very temporary. And if you allow for the changes in this month, don't be too hard on yourself or others, and just don't have a lot of great expectations, from yourself in terms of your own output, because you will be able to fare through if you just go with that flow mindset. So it is a necessary period of transition, because once that transition is, you've gone through it, it'll enhance your features. It clears out the old energy, the old lessons, all of that. You still have the knowledge, the wisdom, but you don't have to go through the cycles all over again. So it means that you feel like, you might feel like you need to hide away, or you're just a little more reclusive this month, but your patience will allow you to connect with new guides, more information. Things will become a lot more clear, and this will allow you to open up into the world, like once the downloads are complete. So again, this period carries a new self-realization where you're breaking old patterns, you're getting out of ruts, you're stretching to improve yourself and meet this new vibration. So don't get sucked into any old cycles, just because you feel like you're in that low period again, because you're not being held back or or being forced to go through it again. It's just a period of transition for the month. So you just have to be gentle with yourself, because you are going to be a better sense of who you are, will be the result of that energy shift, and you'll be more authentic, with you, with others. You'll see what is not, the veil will be lifted. So you won't have to feel fear, that something won't reveal itself, because you'll already know, that's what this is where you're headed. This is what happens when you become more awakened to your surroundings and to you. You start to see who's in it, where you're headed. You just have a better overall sense of awareness about the path that you're on. And in having that solid grounding, it actually brings more peace to you. So this new level is going to help you to focus more on your purpose as well. And it'll also, just give you a lot more momentum, so that you can actually move towards your goals more fully, is how I would say, is probably the best way of putting it. But again, July feels to be more of a period of stepping back. You might feel overwhelmed this month, but if you keep things simple, you should be able to maintain some semblance of balance. So just take the time that you need. Make yourself a priority this month. Rest, rejuvenate, do the things that you enjoy to do. You want to be able to allow things to unfold rather than overanalyze it at this time, because you've already learned the lessons you need. This is really just a period for you to ascend and take everything in, I guess, is maybe how I want to put it. But when you're in touch with spirit, life is just a lot more manageable, and it's less out of control, and you have more energy that helps you. When you've got more energy that's freed up, you can put that into places of growth and development versus, throwing your energy into combat and resistance and how to navigate around a situation, because you've already gone through this one level here, and now you're ready for the next stage. So again, during this month, you might be finding that you are receiving assistance. This might be just coming in by way of spirit divine connecting with you, giving you a little guidance as you're going through some of the transition, because you will be feeling probably some low ebbs this month. But, it'll come in waves. Like all of a sudden you find like you've got to resolve to a long-standing issue, with someone that you maybe didn't expect, or whatever low self-esteem issues that it might be present, might be what you're focusing on this month. But you're going to all of a sudden get a little minor shift in your perspective, which helps you to, get past that, and then just let it go and move on to the next thing. So, maybe it's the right video or the right person that helps you to see yourself differently, but it is divinely orchestrated. These connections, these coincidences, these synchronicities, these symbols, whatever it is for you, it resonates for everybody differently, but it will be within reach this month. So there is a lot more focus around your solar plexus, which is the third chakra. And it seems to be, it's that place where you're claiming your power, you're measuring it against, how power looked before, how power looks now. You're using your experience, your wisdom to know what serves you to grow best and what is wasted energy. So your ideas of power have probably shifted as well, in seeing how others might have misused power in the past, but it is going to change the way that you see power and how it'll manifest in your life. But whether you've reached this point, of ease in your life in July, or if it, moves further out into August, it just will, you're about to, or you're in it, as I said, there will be a sense of calm after the storm once you go through this transition. So you're going to feel like things are opening up to you, you're being rejuvenated, you're moving into this new place in your life, and there will be physical benefits. This is where you're actually feeling more in sync with yourself. You start to have more energy, what you're connected to, what's important, what you value. And so it's just easier to navigate life when you have a better sense of all the things that are integral to you going forward. So again, you're going to have, once you go through this period, you're going to have more energy, because you won't be battling yourself and you won't be battling your surroundings. And so there's more energy that's freed up, because you'll be more reconnected to you, more restored, and that restores balance, of course, and that helps you prepare for that next level of challenges that you will have to go through, because that's part of the next energy level. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze the video for a minute here. I'm going to go onto the ground level here and shuffle the tarot and give you a little more detail on money and finance, and maybe some overall general energy there as well. Okay, Aquarius, so I'm back. I'm just unpause the video. Just going to shuffle things here for you. So I'll do a little bit more focus on the career, money, finance, I think, for this part of it, because we did go through a lot of what's happening for you spiritually. If something comes through in around, you know, your connections or something in around a seed or anything like that, for sure we'll pick that up in this one. But for the most part, I'll just try to focus a little bit more on career, money, finance on this second part. And this is with the tarot. Okay, so the first card that comes out as, actually it came out as a combination. We've got the Hierophant and the Star, which definitely goes hand in hand with what the first part of the video was. All about in terms of ascension and a higher commitment. Okay, we've got the Nine of Cups, so definitely something that looks to be, could be around a wish fulfillment. We'll find out here as well. Okay, you've got Page of Cups, so there is some kind of good news that's coming in here as well. You have the Three of Pentacles, so there could be some kind of, again, collaboration or specializing of some sort that might be required of you. We've got the Magician card. You're definitely in manifestation mode, so something is happening on a deeper level for sure. Okay, there is some form of a battle, or this again could be you just battling yourself within. We'll clarify the cards out further. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles, I'm going to take it this way because what I find is when there's enough negative cards, or I don't want to say negative, but enough cards that are close enough together, if there's a lot of challenge, they will show up in the reading anyway, regardless of whether or not they're put into a reverse position. I'll read both, but however it resonates for you, but we'll see what comes out. Okay, so we also have the Ace of Swords, so there could be some kind of truth or clarity, something that's coming through in the month of July for you that needs to be dealt with or will allow you to make a decision, but now we'll clarify the cards. Sorry, I just have to move the cards around here so they don't go flying off. Okay, so again, the Hierophant and the Star. Okay, Libra energy, very strong in this. Justice as well as the Queen of Swords. And the Nine of Cups. Okay, the King of Swords was going to pop out here. So again, more of a Libra energy on that one, but I won't take that one. Just because I didn't really get a chance to shuffle too much, but just noteworthy. I feel like this is a very significant time in the month for you to develop inner confidence and all of that. Okay, so we do have the Eight of Swords, so it looks like what you consider to be your wish fulfillment might have some self-sabotaging energy around it, that you are closing yourself off to it. So it probably is you battling yourself here. What is the good news that's coming in with the Page of Cups? What is the good news that's coming in with the Page of Cups for Aquarius, July 2021? Okay, there is a Tower moment. There's something that, I don't see that as, you know, a complete disruption of your ground, your foundation. Sometimes it can be just a shocking experience or awareness or epiphany or something that comes to mind that allows you to see things a little clearer. But what is the good news that's coming through for Aquarius for the month of we get the Judgment card? Well, we do have the Eight of Cups, so that you're definitely walking away from, you know, difficulties and challenges. This is, I might just pull one more just for... Okay, we've got the Page of Wands, so I think I'll stop there. So we also have the Three of Pentacles, just to clarify, Three of Pentacles. Okay, and we have the Seven of Cups on that one. And the Magician, what is it that you're trying to manifest? Okay, the Seven of Swords, so you really need to get clear on something here, but it might be, just get a little more clarity on the Seven of Swords. Ten of Wands. Okay, so it looks like you're trying to get past something that you felt was deception, something that you felt was a burden, overwhelming. And since it's so close to the Five of Wands, it looks like this is kind of a couple of things here, dealing with inward issues, inner battles, as well as something external that you haven't really quite come to terms with. Just the Five of Wands around. Okay, something that kept you up at night, something that was quite stressful for you. Or again, you could be going through this with the month of July and with the Pentacles. Feels like some of this is past energy though. Page of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Could be dealing with a mother image, entrepreneurial, somebody who's very resourceful. Ace of Swords, clarity that's coming in is a victory. Okay, well this looks really good actually. All right, so again, in short, just what I'm seeing here with, as I said, with the Hierophant, I mean, this is definitely, you're dealing with higher knowledge. This is something that is wisdom that's coming in, I feel, from spirit. A lot of you could be dealing with a legal issue or a marriage, a higher commitment as well in terms of love. As far as finances, it looks like your money is going to be okay. It looks like there is going to be some money that's coming through here with that Three of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Page, and the Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, all of that, you know, good news of some sort. So your resources are looking pretty good. You do have some kind of a victory, something that's come to your awareness here. And again, this could be in a legal aspect or some kind of contract for some of you here. Again, with that Hierophant, this could be in regards to, sorry, I'm dealing with a bit of an ant problem being outside. So if I get slowed down and distracted, don't be alarmed. Just trying to maintain the status quo here. Okay, so again, back to the High Priestess, or sorry, the Hierophant. So the rest were clarifiers. But again, with the Hierophant, it is something that falls in around, you know, any established way of doing things. So it can be speaking to a corporation, it can be speaking to a business or a marriage or anything in along the lines of tradition. But it's definitely, you know, coming up against something that relates around a higher established authority. So again, if this relates to, you know, a government issue that you're having to challenge, some kind of corporation or some kind of court energy, or again, it could be for others dealing more so with your personal life in terms of a marriage and a higher commitment on that level. But either way, in terms of spirituality, it is, you know, challenging systems and deepening your spiritual values here. But you're connecting with your spiritual self here as well with this card. So again, it's more of it's a higher knowledge, deeper exploration, you know, of a path that you're trying to forge ahead on. With the Star card, I mean, this can be a card of healing and certainly does illuminate a lot of things here as well. Because it is clarifying the Hierophant, it just really feels as though, you know, you're in a place of empowerment. You know, you're finding your highest potential here is what I would say. You know, you're coming to terms with your own personal development. You know, you're trying to reach your highest potential, and that star is helping you to guide you to the, you know, to the higher realms. you know, the star and the Hierophant, as I said, I mean, this is you being persistent and finding the balance and everything just kind of working the way it should. You know, you've got belief in yourself here, you know, even though I do see a period here where you are going to be a little bit shaken, but it is about things synchronizing, even in terms of, you know, relationships. This is, you know, renewing a commitment where something didn't seem possible before, it now is possible with the star card. But everything is starting to work. You're on the right track. Things are starting to, you know, resolve in terms of any inner conflicts or outer conflicts, anything like that. The star is a really, you know, balanced, hopeful card. So again, and when it's coupled with the Hierophant, to me, this is really establishing some sense of importance to whatever this connection was. So I did further clarify those. Again, you have the Justice card as well as the Queen of Swords. So again, you know, you're on the right track, and you know, investments are starting to grow because I did see the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, but we also have Justice coming in here. So there's a fair-minded decision for those of you that are involved with a court decision. There is definitely some sense of clarity that comes through with the Queen of Swords. It could have been a hard battle of some sort that you had to challenge, though, with all of the cards in around the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Swords and the Five, as well as that Seven of Swords. So it looks like it wasn't an easy battle that you were up against. But again, with that Queen of Swords energy here, this could be, you know, there's a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Swords. So maybe there's two people involved here, or maybe you're dealing with a lot of authority figures. But it also could be that one is a mother figure here that's coming in that's, you know, fairly good with money and, you know, protective, nurturing, that kind of thing that you're dealing with. But this is somebody who really deals with the practical, you know, aspects of life. So whether this is you or someone else, but it's a mothering kind of energy here. But again, a queen is a very quiet kind of energy, the Queen of Pentacles. This is really somebody who, you know, kind of provides you with support when you need it. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo kind of energy, but definitely somebody who has good solutions, good business, you know, planning and strategy and all of that. And especially because it does come up with the Magician here. It's very close in tandem. It's only a couple of cards away, but because it comes up with this, it is also getting flashes of inspiration. And because we do have a fair amount of wands in the cards here with the Page of Wands, and we also have the, you know, the Ten of Wands. I mean, there's a real passionate level of energy toward whatever it is that you're trying to move up against or clear. And as I say, with the Ace of Swords, it does feel like there is even a job for some of you. If you're looking for those of you that are looking for employment, there is a job that option that is coming through here that you are definitely more than just a candidate for. I feel that you will be taking it, but it is a really good option for you. There is, as I said, with the Queen of Pentacles energy and that page, it feels like for some of you that are more entrepreneurial that you're still building on something here, because the Queen, this is, you know, professionally, you're still building on your achievements. With the page and the Queen of Pentacles, there's a bit of a gap here. So there is some new start, something that you're making all the right moves in, you know, could even be a loan coming through, something that's coming through in terms of money that's going to help you to get ahead. But the Queen of Pentacles could be somebody who's coming in to help you as well. And we also have the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is definitely independent, career, you know, oriented kind of person. And that was with the Hierophant and the Star. So again, maybe this is a counselor or somebody that's coming in to really help you get some clear sense of where you're headed. But it also stands for Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Doesn't have to be, can be just the characteristics of those signs. But it's somebody who really gets to the heart of the matter. Could be a little bit defending your position sort of feel with this, with that Hierophant and the Star, but can be a little secretive as well. But it's somebody who's really quite agile and intellectual. And in terms of, you know, spirituality, it's really, you know, incorporating, you know, your intellect into your emotions. So you're not dealing just with one or the other. It's just helping that spiritual path to become clear. You know, you're pursuing this on your own here, I would say, but you will get help periodically. And again, with the Libra card, I just really feel strongly there is a Libra energy in this reading, a Libra person that you're dealing with. So we also have, sorry, I'm just checking my power on the battery. So we also have the Nine of Cups here. And of course, there is some kind of restriction on your level of happiness here. And I'm not sure why, but you do feel like there is something that's, it looks like it's you just standing in your own way here, though. Don't get me wrong, because it's not anything that is a full restriction to you. The Eight of Swords is an energy of not, of just getting out of your own way to clear the energy. So, you're imposing your own will or your own level of restriction, whatever it is that you're using to hold yourself back, those are limiting obstacles. Those are things that, somebody might be feeling paralyzed with fear here. This is a sense of, your own mental imprisonment, frustration, anything along that line, afraid to be alone, or afraid to, get stuck in a negative cycle, feeling like you've got mental distress in some way or other here. But, the call to this, or the answer for that energy, is just to go inward, go deep inside, find your answers and recognize, where you've set your own limitations. And it's usually within your thoughts and beliefs. Stay to your values. That helps to clear things out. But it's, nothing is really preventing you from getting this Nine of Cups, but yourself. So again, you do have some good news that's coming through here. And as I said, it feels like there's a culmination of things happening here. You do have, sorry, the bugs are finding me here. You do actually have, I'll put those in behind here. So you've got the Page of Cups and the Tower. And again, pages are messengers, and I feel like this is good news that's coming in. It feels like it's more of an epiphany that's coming through, that you're feeling really inspired here with that Page of Wands, and that you are walking away from, any challenges and difficulties that you had, because you're finding solutions here. That Eight of Cups is all about, kind of leaving a situation, leaving the past behind, any disappointments that you've had, that kind of thing, and able to look forward here with the Page of Wands. So, you've got definite, period of disillusionment or disappointment, but it's coupled between good news and the Page of Wands. So you're really moving forward here. So if this is somebody that had left you, or maybe, but is returning, or maybe it's a job or a career or something that's kind of having a second chance of coming back again, it feels like, you voluntarily are turning away from something. But again, there is a need for you to search yourself for that inner wisdom, because it's such a strong part in July for you. But whatever the situation is that didn't work, you're leaving that behind, and whether there is, the effects of feeling sad or blue or whatever, loss of interest in something, or you're withdrawing your affection, whatever that past situation is no longer the fork in the road. You're really able to, go inward, deal with your insecurities, pull yourself out, follow your inner voice, and see beyond, into those new horizons. So this is you really healing yourself, is what I would say. And as well, with that Page of Wands, again, it's a like an inspired start here. Again, it's still at the beginning stage of something, but it's about seeing new opportunities and seeing things in a new way. It's your point of power, is how I would describe that card. And it's almost like you just realized, that you do have some power there. Again, it could represent Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, however, but don't abandon your goals here. Just keep moving forward is what the message of this card is. So you will be getting some messages in terms of work or employment as well. There's a lot of cards that speak to that. With the Three of Pentacles and the Cups, you might have a lot of options, actually, more than one, but one specific that looks really good, and you probably are taking it with that Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. But again, with the Three of Pentacles, this is really a card of cooperation, working in a group. So I do feel like this is working in a corporation for a lot of you. You're establishing some stronger routines and getting back to work. And, if for those that are in an entrepreneurial sense, this is master builder. This is somebody who is still in that developmental phase of, testing something, or, moving it to more of a public field, because we did have the World card in the oracles, but you're just moving it up. So stepping it up, It's not really that you're changing course. I just feel like you're stepping it up, moving into something if you're entrepreneurial. And again, in terms of finances, I just feel like loans and things are coming through, or there's some kind of extra money that is coming through here. But you're using your skills and abilities to create something, and it's creating options for you. Probably more than one. Could even be that you're doing a job and an entrepreneurial venture with that combination. We also have the Magician. Again, whatever it is that you were dealing with, because the Magician is all obviously about, manifesting something. So this is definitely a point of power for you in the month of July, but there is still a lot of things that you have to deal with emotionally before you're able to get to that. So again, you have to start noticing the synchronicities and those, symbols and the things that you need to order your life and get things structured in such a way that you're actually not feeling the overwhelm. You really need to create some structure for yourself to be able to move forward and get things to materialize. But it definitely feels like your finances are improving dramatically. Like I said, things are on an upswing for you. In terms of your spirituality and all of that, I just feel like you're getting your answers. You might be feeling just a lot more inspired, but again, it feels like there's some kind of teacher or aid or something that comes in to help guide you along that path. Sorry, I just got to hold my cards down so things don't go flying off. I got a bit of a wind here. Okay, so last cards, or close to the last cards here. Again, we've got the 5. 5s are all about change, and we've got the 9 of Swords. So, for sure you're feeling some angst, some stress. But again, this is you up in your head is what I would say here. I don't really feel like you have any direct obstacles this month. I feel like it's you just, holding yourself back in some way, maybe ruminating too much. There's some anxiety that comes with this, some combativeness within self, I would say, for the most part. It doesn't really feel a lot that it's external to you, but you could be working under some serious pressure here too. Maybe there's some timelines to consider with the closeness of all of these cards, the 5 of Wands, the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, all of that, and that 7 of Swords. So again, there could be timelines that you're having to adhere to here, but as well, there's confusion around, financial issues, or that you're feeling a sense of panic, but don't allow your negative, thoughts and emotions to cloud your judgment here, because you really do have, sorry, just checking my time here. You really do have a lot going for you. Okay, so moving into the Page of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles, as I mentioned earlier there, it feels like you're starting off of the page with a new project or something that is moving in your favor, but you definitely are, there's a bit of a gap here yet, so it's just, there's a lot more promise to come with whatever it is that you're growing here, but you're definitely coming off in a really more self-empowered in some way here, because you've got the Page and the Queen, and again, this feels like this is definite movement, this is development of some sort, but again, there's more to come is what I would say with this combination. So okay, so the last cards out are the Ace of Swords and the 6 of Wands. So, and I just wanted to quickly mention again, like with that Page of Pentacles, you could be dealing with a younger person as well, and an older person. That could be, something that's relative as well for the month for some of you. But again, it still feels like there's just a lot of movement in this month for you. Okay, so back into, and with that Page of Pentacles again, contracts, negotiations, and certainly because there's some legal issues for some of you that are dealing with more entrepreneurial things, that also comes into play there. But it's kind of financial wheeling and dealing. So now that we're into the Ace of Swords here, again, for some of you, as I said, I feel like this is a new job coming through. You've got that Page of Pentacles, so it could be that you're an apprentice and starting out with something here in terms of studies. Maybe this is studies that are coming through here as well for some of you. But definitely it's sort of that beginning of a quest with the pages, but definitely messages that are going to be coming through. And I feel that message with the Ace of Swords that's coming through for many of you is clarity on a direction. So again, I do feel like there is a sense of a job And for some of you, you're resolving an old issue. You've got the clarity to go forward. A truth has been revealed. You can, communicate, think differently. You see new ideas, and some of you might be actually inventing something here as well. Sorry, killing ants again. I should have stayed on a picnic table. Anyway, this is just you getting what you want, though. So it's strength and adversity with the Ace of Swords here, and definitely power and energy, behind this card, cutting through illusion, all of that. But you are getting what you want. You might even be moving ahead with, with more of a modern approach, or a modern, modern techniques or tools or something along that line. But it's definitely about resolving misunderstandings and using your intellect to cut through any difficulties, or resolve an issue. So that's what I have for you for the month of July, Aquarius. Please like and subscribe, and I will do some additional readings that are a little more kind of Celtic reads, and might be more specific to some of the issues that you would like to address. But for now, this is what I've got for the month of July 2021. Keep moving forward and stay safe.